Hi Gemini, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing something be like really weighing on you heavily right now. It may just be like during this month for some reason. It may be like kind of a trigger for you, or maybe it's something with the weather, but it seems like something right now in like this time surrounding where you are, you may feel like things are heavier, and I'm seeing there be like loss that's connected with this. There's like stress associated with loss and even like maybe sadness. But I'm also seeing, you know, too, that at the same time, like this is something that happens, and even something that's like part of self-sabotage for you, or you may see this coming even from a shadow space. I'm seeing, Gemini, I'm seeing there be so much self-awareness that's connected with this. So even though you're going through something, you may in some ways be like intellectualizing it. That doesn't make it like any less difficult what you're going through, but I'm definitely getting like a keen sense of awareness that's connected with what you're experiencing right now. Okay. So it could even be a focus on like something that you perceive to have lost, or like something that you don't have right now, because you could be missing something. Okay, we're starting off with the Six of Wands. It's a great place to be. Recently feeling successful with something. Something may have gone your way that you wanted to. Even like persevering through an obstacle, challenging circumstances, things like this. I'm seeing you even reviewing your, it's like highlight reel of your successes. I'm not seeing you do this in a showy way. I'm seeing this be more of a private thing that you're thinking about. Like you may be going over, yeah, different areas in your life that you've succeeded, the obstacles that you've overcome, because I'm seeing challenges that you faced, and then also you coming out on the other side of it, and you may be like really leaning into that and really thinking about that, like even reminding yourself right now, like let me think about all of the times when I persevered, when I felt held down, or I was being challenged, or like even oppressed, things like this. Yeah, and how you made it through. I'm seeing a lot of painful endings. For some of you, I'm hearing tragic, tragedy. A lot of difficult stuff that you've moved through, that you've been moving through. Things even that you still feel stick with you. And also like learning from these experiences. Feeling like even the most difficult and painful experiences were your biggest teachers, if you allow them to be. Okay, Gemini. And how that's helped you to evolve in this human lifetime. You may also be seeing why certain things came to an end. Like, I'm seeing this more so be, you could have been in situations where like maybe other people's shadows came to play, or like they sabotaged certain things, and like that may still be true, but I'm seeing there be more of a focus on like you and your own shadow, and even things that you sabotaged, or things where like your shadow was kind of operating in certain situations, and why things came to an end, and also why things needed to be as painful as they were, like in order for you to take what you needed to take. And I'm also seeing something breaking open here where like your self-sabotage could have been not following your intuition. You know, there are so many different ways that something could have been happening where there was like a mistrust or a deception between you and yourself. And like maybe wanting to believe another person even though you had reason not to, or your gut told you not to, stuff like that. So there's a lot here about self-revelation for you. A lot of big progress, noted progress. Oh yeah, especially on the emotional front. Ways that you may have been like self-sabotaging, or your shadow came to play when it had to do with things that your heart was involved with. Matters of the heart. I'm seeing there be like a lot of thoughts that are connected with this now, and you may have like even less of an emotional attachment to it at times, and this may be something that's like more cerebral for you right now as you're thinking through these things and kind of reflecting back. Yeah, what I'm getting is that when you've been in extremely challenging circumstances with people, I'm seeing you look at how you persevered through these particular situations, feeling like maybe these were the worst situations that you ended up in. Now, something is popping up about, before I'm seeing the top of this spread be about you alone reflecting on something. Now I'm seeing somebody else coming into the picture, entering the scene. Somebody from your past. What's going on here? I'm hearing rendezvous. There's potential for you to be reconnecting with somebody. You absolutely know this person. I'm seeing a plan in the making. There's all this heaviness that you've been reviewing and thinking about. I don't know. It seems kind of like, now it's really going to depend on like what side of this you even see yourself on, I suppose. You may have gotten to a place where you feel like you can open your heart now because you're trusting yourself, and you may be thinking about reconnecting with someone. But I'm also seeing like certain unsavory situations pop up, like that had popped up. These things have already happened. This is not something that's going on right now event-wise. Emotionally, like brain-wise, psychologically, you may still be thinking about these things, but I'm seeing like the events already took place. So these events are not happening anymore. What is potentially taking place is you having a meetup or connecting with somebody or hanging out with them or getting together with them. This did not happen yet, but this is potentially in the making. I'm seeing this be something that like may actually be coming to fruition. Can't let this go. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody that you may have even felt you would still feel this way. Like this person is a soulmate of yours. Like your faith and belief in this connection may be kind of what's driving this to see where things go. Because I'm seeing there be this notion of like reconnecting and even like reconciling after something extremely potent and difficult happened. This is like not something for the faint of heart, okay? This is like even a tragic situation where like someone like gravely deceived another person, or just something really awful happened and very painful, and there was a lot of like a lack of transparency in like the biggest way. So this seems like a huge event that happened, and then like I'm not getting anything else on that end, and then like the next time the energy resurfaces, it goes from feeling like there's no trust at all, like this is a situation that there was like such a lack of clarity, and like they're just being like malintent, you would feel, and then all of a sudden the energy resurfaces and it's like, yeah, let's party, let's get back together, let's hang out with one another. Because when I think of you as my best friend. So it's very like we're on one end of the scale and then we're on the other end of the scale. And I mean, that's to say too, like, just because you go through something or have really challenging situations with someone, it doesn't mean that you're less connected with them, you know? Like, when you have a bond regardless of what happens. That doesn't always mean we want to be sharing our lives with people when we are creating boundaries and whatnot. But I am seeing something about there being a physical meet up, or you like having somebody back in your life, or at least seeing where things go. As I said before, this has not happened yet, but I'm seeing that we're going in this direction of there being a potential. But you may be thinking, like, do I actually want to invest in this? And then I'm seeing you, like, using your logic and your reasoning to be like, well, I have this really incredible bond with this person. This is where I'm seeing it go, Gemini. The Gemini readings are always so good because it's like we go through the maze of your brain and you never know where we're going to pop up or pop out. Yeah, I'm getting like a hot and heavy vibe from somebody coming through. There's definitely still a sense of magnetism between you and this person. But now conflict arises because even though you have that bond with them, you still don't feel like you can trust this person. I'm hearing it's an itch, like maybe just something that's kind of nagging to you. Oh, what a catch-22. It's like I really feel on a soul level this deep connection that you and I have with one another, but at the same time, I don't trust you. I don't believe that you're going to necessarily tell me the truth or that I can really rely on you. I'm seeing there even be like a mental or psychological aspect to this that's connected with it. Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, this is so hard because, like, on one end, you feel like such a bond, like even that you've been fused and will never be separated in a bond way. Like, I'm seeing something very intense with you and this person. For some of you, this looks like it may go into like trauma bond territory. Let's like reel it back a little bit. And then on the other end of things, I'm seeing you feel conflicted. It's like, I feel so connected with them, but I feel conflicted because I feel connected, and I feel conflicted because I don't trust them, but I also still feel connected with them. It's like this whole triangle that we're moving around within. You feel like you can't ignore the tension that you're feeling. So now what's gonna happen? Okay. Let's move into this element and this territory. You've been really working on your self-trust. You have been really checking in and doing the shadow work, working on your self-awareness of like following your gut and all of that stuff. We can have really wild events happen between us and another person. Very eventful events, we can call them. Where you may have been like, unless this person changes their act, I'm not going to have them back in my life again. What you want to ask yourself when you are like becoming reacquainted or reintroducing yourself potentially to someone, you want to ask yourself what your gut is telling you. Like, are you able to truly have a healthy connection with this person if you don't trust them? The thing is, too, that I think that when somebody has clear intentions and they're coming back around, things will just snap into place and they will make sense and you'll feel safe. And if you're not feeling that, it's something to pay attention to because there's a reason. Whether that be still stuff that you need to do for yourself to work on, or this person is still not coming in the right energy. Because I am seeing there be this revelation, even this noticing that there's a sense of feeling closed off. Or even threatened. So that may not be enough for you. I'm seeing too, like, you could have tried to rekindle things with this person. Again, even though I'm hearing dastardly, even though, what a funny word to come through, even though things had ended in, like, a really ultimately, a very, like, disappointing and hurtful way with this person, I'm seeing there be, like, this trying to reconnect and to reconcile and being like, it's worth it to me to see where things go because of our bond with one another. But I'm seeing ultimately there be like too much conflict because of the lack of trust. And I'm seeing that come to light where you're like, I'm not going to feel satisfied because I can't like share that intimacy. There's just a very big like black stain on this that isn't going away because it hasn't like properly been passed out. Again, whether that's just because like more getting over things is needed or because this person is still not in the right energy. Either way, there's still an issue here that is not letting things proceed in a cleared out energy. And I'm seeing you also be in a space too where like you want to be in healthy relationships and you're focusing on your healing path and all of that stuff. And you feel like getting intertwined and tangled back up in this is going to be regressive for you. But then I'm seeing, oh, this energy, Gemini, it's like you're walking away because something is not working and you feel conflicted and you're like, now I realize I'm not going to feel like a sense of satisfaction by that thing. But then it's like you're walking right back into the past again. So it's like we got out of it and we persevered and then we're getting back caught up in this situation again. And then we're thinking about reconciling and we think about how close we are with this person. But then we feel conflicted because we don't trust them because of this past event that happened. And now it's coming to light that there's still this like inner conflict and you're like, that's not going to work for me. So I need to move on. And I'm recognizing I need to move on. So does this mean that like you're getting over what had happened and then you're like, okay, now that I've gotten over this, we can be together now? Or is this just a cycle that's being replayed potentially? Like we're bringing it back to life again? Because I'm seeing this energy. Feeling really like we keep going back and forth and back and forth. Getting kind of seasick over here with this. Now, how do we end things? Gemini. How do we end things? We end things with an opportunity to be with this person again. See this person from your past that you have had like the most ultimate drama with ever. This would put Romeo and Juliet to shame. And now there's this opportunity again to be with this person. You want to be mindful of what it is that you are signing up for, what it is that you are signing on for. Because I'm still seeing there's still an issue that needs to be addressed where there is like a lack of trust here. And you want to make sure that you are trusting yourself and on the same page with yourself and also check out what's going on between you and this person, because I'm seeing there still be a lack of trust because of past events that happened and even how they happened and why they happened. And maybe there's also not been complete clarity on why certain events happened in the way that they did, because I'm seeing someone has not been completely forthcoming about that, okay? Because it even seems like there's some sort of like confession or spilling that's needed that still has not happened yet. And I'm seeing this feel like an issue. Remember too, like this can be fitting for anywhere Gemini is in your chart. I keep getting like a strong Gemini Mars energy that's coming through, but it can be Gemini Sun, Gemini Venus, rising moon. Or you could be dealing with someone with personal planet or planets in Gemini. Even a strong Mercury contact with this person. I'm hearing Flores. Looking at just Virgo and the Sun. Alright, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.